Good evening. Today I want to talk about what most students dream of. About they want to go and join American universities. In my days, going to America was a great adventure. In my class of 42 people who passed out along with me, more than 20 of them went and settled in America. Most of them left India after completing their undergraduation. They went to study master's degree and then decided to settle there after they got comfortable jobs. This wave of migration started in early 70s, late 60s and early 70s and has continued unabated. In my time, getting a visa was very difficult. Not many people got visa immediately. Then came the IT wave. In the IT wave, a lot of people got H-1B visas, and so that became another wave of Indian migrants. People who got on H-1B visas, continued to work there, went through a process, got a green card, and decided to settle there, though this took a long time. So with this, there was a dramatic increase in the number of Indians settled in America. But there was always a problem that the American visas would be rejected because Indians were not welcome in America because people felt that Indians would come and settle down there and it would make it very difficult for the local population because Indians were highly skilled and would continue to take away jobs from skilled Americans who had passed out of college. Since this was a major concern, there was always problems in getting visas. Even as I speak today, Cognizant is being investigated for flouting the visa norms. All companies, be it Infosys or TCS, have been accused by Americans of favoring people from India and other countries. The reason why these companies favor and employ Indians or other nationals to work in America is because Indians come for a much lower salary than an equivalent American. It makes great sense to pick an Indian and put him in US and he will work on a median salary which is far lower than an American. Therefore, Indians have looked at various ways of migrating. But as things change and the economy of a country grows, times also change. Today, India has become one of the major destinations for software outsourcing and for IT related services. This has meant India had a large talent pool and instead of a one-way communication of people leaving India and going settle down in the US, now things have moved to a two-way communication with a lot of people returning to India and setting up a huge back offices here. So a lot of American jobs have moved off-site into India and there has been greater partnership between Indian and American companies and there have been several joint ventures also. In fact, in recent times, an Indian startup, Postman, which is now valued at $5.6 billion, is set up by 3 Indians who went to study in America in San Francisco. So most of these startups have back offices in India and need their people to go back and forth. And since then, America is also less scared that Indians would try to hang on. This has meant Indians have had a more liberal policy as far as American visas are concerned. More Indians are getting visas to go and study in America. Yesterday, the US Embassy in Delhi announced in this year alone, so far, we Americans have given away 55,000 education visas. That is, 55,000 people have been found fit and qualified to study in universities in America and they have been given visas because the US consulate believes that they can pay their way through college. One of the major issues for the Americans is whether these Indians will be able to pay their way into college. There is this case of Sam Pitroda, a man from a small village in Odisha who went on to study in Baroda and went abroad to study computer science and telecommunications. He has more than 100 patents in his name in the field of communications. After making a very successful career in America, he decided to return to India and decided to revamp the entire telecom structure. When Sam Pitroda made a presentation to the then Prime Minister, Indians had to wait for 5 years in a queue to get phones because we simply did not have the modern technology. He created 2 organizations, CDAC and CDOT, which basically created technology and reduced the size of the exchange. This led to the ubiquitous yellow cabins through which people could talk to anybody in India for a limited price. In fact, queues outside those yellow cabins would be higher in the evenings because rates were 50% and 25% lower. After 91, India moved a gear forward and decided to accept technology from all over the world. Today, that issue is long over. Any Indian can get a cell phone or landline on demand, and it is easy to set up your communications with outside world. But I brought this example just to show about how a poor Indian student who went abroad could make a big contribution to India's economy. There are several such stories, and allowing more and more Indians to study abroad shows that we are not being treated as a third world country, but as an equal. I am sure for a period of time, anybody who applies for an American visa would get accepted because the Americans would know if you don't have a proper job there and we are not assured of a basic living standard America, we would not try to hang around there. We will come back to India and take care of our work here. This collaboration will strengthen the bonds of friendship and facilitate movement of capital between these two countries. The American embassy has gone one step forward and announced a education fair on 2 days in New Delhi and virtually seeable everywhere so that Indian students can be aware of the potentials of several thousand American colleges and universities. Thank you for watching. Be rich. It's a great privilege and honor that so many of you in thousands have subscribed to my channel and have supported me. I have written 2 books in English, The Alchemy of Money and Ordinary Stocks, Extraordinary Profits. These books are published by us and are ready. If you want to procure a copy, send us a message to the WhatsApp number given below and my team would respond to you. If you want an Amazon Kindle copy, you can click the link below. Finally, those who wish to consult with me can send a mail to berichenglish@gmail.com. Once again, I thank you for your support. If you like this video, press the subscribe button of my channel, hit the like button and turn on the bell notification.